It's now time to welcome our guests from U.S. Staffing Agency. We have Jim Dolson and Juston Lindeman. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Andy. How's it going?
It's going really well.
Where's Bert off to today?
He's up north.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's
Nice.
up north. He's in Petoskey.
You know, it's nice and cool here. I'm sure it's as
beautiful.
cool up there.
It is beautiful today.
Yeah.
It was nice being outside without sweating right away.
I know.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so Juston, you're new to U.S. Staffing. What's your role?
I am an EHS manager,
Okay, what is EHS?
environmental health and safety.
Okay, cool. So what's your background? Talk a little bit about what you did before you got to U.S. Staffing Agency.
Sure. I'm in about 21 years of safety
Okay.
related industries, and I've been very fortunate. I've worked in everything from tree service, which was a family business, to most of my time was spent at a chemical company,
Okay.
which was learned a lot of knowledge. Got to work with great teams. To most recently a package and food industry.
Interesting.
So, and it led me here.
Now, Jim, I wouldn't think that it would be typical for a staffing agency to have an EHS
Yeah.
manager. I would think that, that would be something that maybe you guys
Larger
would rely
companies
on.
might do.
Yeah, or you
Yeah.
rely on the employers. Why
Well,
so?
we traditionally, what staffing agencies do, and what we've been doing is you have somebody like in that part-time role, and we had somebody, two people ago there was somebody, and then I replaced somebody who was part-time, and then it was my turn to be part-time for a little bit in it. But one of the things we started realizing is that safety is one of those things that we can do a lot with. And there's usually two parts of managing safety. Part of it is, like it's the work comp side, it's managing the claim, it's paying people when they're hurt, it's managing the medical side of it. But then there's and everybody does that pretty good. Staffing agencies do that pretty well. It's like kind of what we do to manage costs. But the other side of it, most staffing agencies don't do a good job because they have to work through their customers to do it, and that's really managing the incident, like why did this happen, and what do you got to do to prevent it from happening in the future, and that sort of thing. So one of the things we decided to do is a couple of different reasons. We brought on a full-time safety manager, Juston, is we think there's an opportunity to do better at managing our work comp side of it, managing the medical side of it, and it takes a full-time person to do that. But there's also a great opportunity for us, we think, to manage the incident side of it. So like the way it works in staffing, Andy, is the folks actually work for us, but we assign them to a site. But if they get hurt at that site, it's really that customer's site's responsibility to fix the problems and that sort of thing. And so, sometimes if we don't have the expertise, we're really not included in the discussion.
Sure.
So now that we have the expertise, I think we can bring some of that in. And so we look at it as an opportunity to, I think, walk hand in hand with our customers a little bit more than we've been able to.
I'm sure the customers don't mind the added help.
Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. It's a bit of a risk. I mean, this is a way for us to add value in, and whenever you want to do that, sometimes it's a bit of you take the step first to see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We hear a lot about preventative measures. What type of things do you look for when you go in and do a site survey?
So for preventative, and you don't have a safety foundation if you're not looking for that, it's key leading indicators.
Okay.
So you're not looking for things that already happened. You want to look at the safety suggestions, the near misses, so you can get an idea of what's happening and you can try to prevent it from happening. So when I go in, I like to assess a situation, make sure that there's a safety culture. Is there signage? Are people wearing PPE? Housekeeping's a big one. How are they treating their staff? Because that goes along.
We were just talking about. It's one of the things that we both do. Like
That's interesting.
I've worked in plants. Like if you want to know what's going on in the plant from a safety perspective, where do you go?
True. The bathroom.
The bathroom.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
You go there, and it's like when you go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
You want to know if it's a good restaurant? You go to the bathroom first.
If they keep that clean,
Same
they
thing
take
as a
care of
plant.
people.
That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Now you'll have new employees that you're placing at some of these plants, manufacturers, businesses, whatever. How does that help you with your folks that you're placing, knowing that you have maybe a little bit more hand in some of the safety measures?
Yeah, one of the things we want to do always with our own employees, no matter what site they're going to, is educate them and train them before they get there to know like what to look for. So, we always empower our employees to raise their hand and say, you know what, I don't feel comfortable doing this. And listen, sometimes it will cost them their job at that site. But we're in an economy now, we can take that same person and put them in someplace else where they will be safe or they'll be comfortable. So we encourage our employees, raise your hand, we educate them. And I think those are the things we can do more of to prevent some safety problems. And on the customer side, We're always about helping to engage with our customers more. I would say maybe educate them, but maybe the word we've been using is communicate with them better.
Communication.
You know, and just be a point where we can have an easy conversation with our customers about stuff that we've seen, our employees are complaining about. It'll make it safer for everybody.
Yeah. Well, what did you think of our bathroom? Did you peek in there? Is that up to code? Are we good?
The green room's clean, so that's
Okay,
fine.
good. Don't look at anything else.
You have happy employees based off.
That's
of
great.
Yeah,
That's
for
great. So that was interesting. You talked about how the staff morale and things like that.
Huge.
How does that play into some of maybe safety concerns?
If your staff's being treated well, if it's an unsafe environment, they're not going to be very happy.
Right.
If you go there and people, there's a safety culture, you can tell by the way the staff's acting. Now they're going to have bad days like anyone else, not like their job per se.
Yeah.
But if a company is putting a resource into their employees for safety, it does show in their day-to-day activity.
Yeah.
Now, you guys have had a few job fairs. You were giving away things at the
Yes.
last one. I tried to go by and win a cooler or something. But you guys have had quite a few. There's going to be another one
August
on
10th.
August 10th.
Yeah.
How have those gone for you guys?
They've been really well. They've been received well, both here and in the different communities where we're at. We have job fairs. The last one we had here in Jackson was a couple weeks ago, and it went really well. We had a lot of folks come in. And what we are starting to see too, Andy, is we've been talking about a recession for a long time, so people are saying, well, maybe I should go out and get a job in case I need the money during a recession. And we've started to see some people come in that weren't there, say, a year ago or so, and that wasn't a threat or a worry. So
We keep talking about that job rate, and I'm wondering if that's being counted correctly.
It's like, I think we've talked about it before, it's deceiving. So the unemployment rate measures only those people who have been in the workforce and have applied or a claim for unemployment.
Yeah.
It doesn't look at people, the rate doesn't look at people who haven't even filed a claim.
Or what about that it's maybe unemployment's ran out?
Yeah, or the unemployment's ran out too.
Yeah, so there's a lot of folks when you hear like we have the lowest unemployment.
Yeah,
well,
but there's a lot of people on the sideline not working.
There's a lot of people
and not in
being,
the system being
not,
counted.
Yeah, exactly, not being counted at all.
Right.
And so that is tricky. So
data.
you hear about that. Maybe heading into a recession. Keep working. Right?
Yep, we like to get people to work so they have cash in their hand, cash in their pocket, which is what you need in a recession. You need a backup plan in case something goes bad, or you do lose your job, or inflation with prices going up, gas, milk, etc. So we're always about getting people a good job, and we've got plenty of opportunities right now. So people need to come in and talk to us.
Yeah, what's the best way? Come right in.
Come on in 707 North Wisner, or they can apply online at usstaffingagency.com.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And things are going good for you so far, Justin. Yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable support.
Day 2.
Day 2.
I came back for day 2, so it's got to be going good, right?
That's awesome. Well, sorry we stuck you on TV.
No, you're good.
Day 2.
That's our thing now.
That's awesome. Well, I know we're going to be out on site on August 10th, I think with you and Ben, so we look forward to that U.S. Staffing Agency job fair. As always, thank you guys so much for being here. Justin, Lindeman, and Jim Dolson from U.S. Staffing Agency. The Relay for Life is coming up this weekend, and we're going to talk about it next on JTV.